Our journey with Celtic ended with us absolutely destroying the Scottish Premiership by winning it with 18 points ahead of Rangers. We also won the Scottish Cup by beating Kilmarnock 3-1 in the final. We also knocked out Rangers 3-1 in the semi-finals, so we were by far the best team in Scotland after Celtic were pretty poor before we took them over, but we rebuilt them into the best team in Scotland once again. But now our journey goes to the next club, and let's find out who we join. Our journey has gone to England, and it's not the Premier League, as you can see by the signs behind our face here. It is Championship team Everton. They got relegated last season and now needed a new manager, and here we are. It's time to take over Everton and take them back to the Premier League. And we can see here Everton are in the Championship. They got relegated last season in the Premier League. They finished 20th in the league, so straight down to the Championship. We have one goal this season, and that is to get Everton back into the Premier League and the top of English football, or of course the first division. So yeah, it should not be too difficult of a task, but we have to do the correct things in order to get promoted from the Championship. And this is how the Everton team is looking, and yes, it's not the greatest of teams. We have some good players, but Gittens, the reality is he is not going to stay here with Championship football. And also Medina as well will probably be sold. Apart from that, I do think most of the players here, Diarra will also most likely be sold as we are now in the Championship. But apart from that, most of these players in the team here will stay, and we need to make some improvements as well, because Neil Mopay up top, yeah, he just is not good enough as we want to get promoted. But if any big offers comes from some of our best players, we are of course going to let them go. But we are going to need a new right back as well, so it will probably be a very busy summer here at Everton, as we are now of course in the Championship, which is just very surprising that Everton have got themselves relegated. And we have made 5 sales here from Everton who are finding themselves in the Championship, so it made sense to sell most of these players, especially 4 of them. Max Smith was basically because I don't needed as many goalkeepers as I had in the team, so he has left us for 5.1 million to join Luton, but the 4 other ones are all huge sales. We're starting with Facundo Medina, who has gone to Newcastle for 30.4 million. The 83 rated centre back, we're no need to have him in the Championship. Jamie Bino Gittens, 85 rated winger, 23 years old. He's never dropping down to the Championship, and he has actually moved back to Borussia Dortmund for almost 80 million euros. Carlos Alcaraz deserves to play Premier League football, 25 years old, 81 rated. He has moved to Nottingham Forest for 28.5 million. And Habib Diarra, yeah, 24 years old, 83 rated central midfielder. We aren't even using central midfielders in our team, so it made sense to sell him as well. And he has gone to Crystal Palace for 61 million euros. And let's just take a quick look at the team here. We do not have the biggest of squads as of now, I do believe, there isn't really any issues with the squad size, but we are just simply not good enough when we look at the team. All of the players that are here now will stay. We will not make any more sales because, yeah, I feel like selling 6 or 4 key players from the team is enough, and we don't have any insane players here. Pickford, I think it's fairly alright to let him drop down in the Championship as he is 34. He's been an Everton player almost for like over a decade now in the save. He is the captain, so he is staying. James Garner as well. He can be one of the key players to help us back up, but we need to improve this team because as of now it's not close to good enough to get us promoted. We need a new centre back at least, probably a new right back, a new left midfielder, a new attacking midfielder, and probably a new striker as well. So it will be busy, but let's just get the new signings in to the club. Our first signing as the Everton boss of possibly 5 or 6 this transfer window is a new striker. It is Crystal Palace Eddie Nketiah, who has stepped down to the Championship, and we've signed him for 10 million euros from Crystal Palace. So welcome to the club, Eddie Nketiah. We needed a new centre back at the club as well, and we aren't going for any superstars as we of course are in the Championship. The main thing we are doing now with a couple of these players is just to sign them to make us or help us get promoted back to the Premier League. So isn't Nketiah signing, for example, and this centre-back signing as well aren't necessarily for the long term. It's just to help us get back up to the Premier League. It is Lewis Binks who's joined us from Coventry for 11 million. We go for a young, talented central attacking midfielder from the Bundesliga. It is a new gen. He is just 19 years old. He costed us around 11.5 million. It is Jules Peters who's joined us from Augsburg. Brought in a new winger and a left midfielder to the club as well. We signed him from Sunderland, so he's just swapped championship clubs. It is Romain Mundle, who is signed from Sunderland, including Fiore and 1.1 million. Signing number 5 to Everton. It is a young right back from Brighton. It is Dylan Robinson, who is signed for 22.1 million euros, so he is our most expensive signing. So this is how the Everton team is looking going into the championship season, and I'm actually a bit unsure now if it is good enough to get promoted back to the Premier League. It should grow, or at least some players in this team should grow very nicely, such as Robinson, who is just 19 years old. Our defense is, the others are 25, 26. This Greco defensive midfielder from Italy is just 20 years old. Sanz on the right midfielder just 23. Mundle is 25. Peters is just 19. And Nketiah is more on the older side as he's 29. But hopefully it's good enough. It will be interesting. It will probably be difficult. But let's just get a perfect start against Sunderland. So let's go for a perfect start to the championship season. It's a difficult first game to play away to Sunderland at Stadium of Light, so we need to be on it from the first second. Mundle is starting against his former side. Pickford as well is playing against Sunderland, although it's a long time since he was there, but we of course signed Mundle from them. So let's get a perfect start to the championship season. We are keeping the ball well here in the first opening minutes at Stadium of Light. We can see we are playing some great football. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come into this Everton journey in the Journeyman. It's an interesting move. Yes, we won everything, or the League Cup, or not the Cup and the League, with Celtic. So it's maybe a weird move to move down to the Championship. But as Everton, I thought that would be a fun challenge to see if we can rebuild them. As we win the ball high up the pitch here with Greco. But can we do it straight away? We cannot. But yeah, hopefully you think the move to Everton is an exciting one as well. Mundle to Nketiah. Back to Mundle. And Nketiah goes on the run, however he gets blocked by the defender. Mundle keeps the ball well here to Greco. He goes for his second attempt of the game. It's another save by the goalkeeper. And it's a second big chance we've had with our defensive midfielder. Mundle against his former side. Mundle keeps the ball well. Finds Peters. He tries to find him, but Luke O'Neill blocks it. Nketiah, Peters. Back to Nketiah. Can we get a goal now? Can we get a goal now? Peters does well. Peters! And he sends Everton up in the lead. And we score the first goal of our championship season with new signing, the young, talented Peters. Poveda, what can he do? Sunderland on the attack. He goes for a ball to Yelde. Yelde to Auchiche, however you say his name. He tries to find Isidore in the middle, but Lewis Binks reads that very well. Peters to Nketiah. Can we go for a double here? Can we score our second goal of the day? Eddie Nketiah, and he does it perfectly. He uses his pace, he uses his strength, and he's using his finishing. It's a goal by our new striker Nketiah, and Peters with now a goal and an assist on his Everton debut. Ekwa for Sunderland. He tries the shot, it's blocked. He tries the rebound, but an easy save for Jordan Pickford to make. And we have been by far the better team here against Sunderland. Can we create something now? Yelde wins it, but we get that with Sanz to Garner. Garner to Peters. He gets stopped by the Sunderland defender. But here, Ba for Sunderland. Ba for Sunderland. Ba, can he get past our defender? He do. He tries the shot, and it's a beautiful finish by Sunderland's Ba, and they are now back in it. They just need one more, but we should be able to hold off. It was the first proper good chance for Sunderland, and he scored that perfectly. Is that Binks he got past? I do believe so, I'm unsure, but that's a wonderful finish. Pau Sanz to Peters, back to Sanz. Peters makes the runs inside the box, he creates space. Sanz just needs to find Nketiah there, which he doesn't. Can we keep the pressure up? We cannot. Nketiah here. Mundle makes the run. Can he do it against his former team in his Everton debut? He is up against Sunderland. Can he do it? He doesn't. Pembele's got the pace to stop him. And that should be game over at Stadium of Light. Everton gets the perfect start to the championship season. And we start off our Everton spell with 3 points. And we can also see after the victory, Neil Maupay has left the club. And he has joined. We couldn't even see it. We couldn't even see which team he's joined. I do believe he has gone to a club we are not the biggest fans of in this save. It is, of course, Rangers. Neil Maupay has moved to the rivals of our former team, Rangers. And we got a Carabao Cup game up next, and it's against Sunderland. So back-to-back games against Sunderland and back-to-back wins. Next up, it is Norwich at Goodison Park, and we lose 2-1. Portsmouth is up next, away from home, and it's another 2-1 loss. Carlisle United is our next opponents in the League Cup, and it's a 1-1 draw, and that means a penalty shootout. Are we out or are we through? We went out on penalty to Carlisle United. What are we even doing? Cardiff is up next at home. Surely we can win now. Yes, we do. 2-0. Next up, it is Middlesbrough away from home. It will be difficult, but we win 2-1. Can we get 3 wins in a row at home against Stoke? And we do. Derby are our next opponents, and it's a 1-1 draw. Sheffield Wednesday is up next, another away game, and it's another draw. Can we win at home against Swansea City? We do. 1-0. Bristol City away from home can be difficult, but we win 3-0. Southampton at home is a 2-2 draw. Plymouth at home should definitely be 3 points, and it is with a 4-1 win. And after 12 games of the championship season, we are definitely on the right track. We are second in the league behind Plymouth of all teams. I thought they would be one of the weaker teams in the league. However, they have managed to pick up 25 points, but we can see how close it is. We have 24 points in second, and 10th place have 18 points, so a couple of bad results and we can fall down the table massively, but we need to keep it up. And next up is an away game against QPR, who find themselves 14th in the league, so it should definitely be 3 new points. And Romain Mundle has been a brilliant signing so far. He has scored 9 goals and got 2 assists in 14 games, so he was definitely worth the signing. Pausans has scored 5 goals, 3 assists, which is pretty solid. Fisher has played a decent amount of games and scored 3 goals. Kramaric is also got a lot of game time, which I don't know why. He's 71 rated. And I actually, you know what? I don't want to play you, Kramaric. You're way too old. You're taking game time from Peters. Thanks for everything, but goodbye. Peters, you are here to be our attacking midfielder. And Nketiah has not played too much either. Just 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Who is playing instead of him? It seems like it's one of Fisher or Okoronkwo, which I'm fine with that, especially if it's Fisher, as he's a young, exciting talent. But can we pick up all 3 points away at QPR at Loftus Road? It will not be the easiest of games, but it will not be the most difficult of games either. Greco to Mundle, and we have won the ball early on here at QPR against QPR. Can we create an early chance? Mundle, he goes for the shot himself, Mundle, and it's an absolute beauty by our number 7. He continues his insane form with an absolute rocket after just 4 minutes against QPR, and it hits the post and in. And what a beautiful finish that is from the 25-year-old English winger. Look at this. He just keeps the ball well. He gets the space. He tries the shot. And it's a wonderful long-range shot by Mundle. Mundle on the ball once again. And he uses his pace here, Mundle. He's been absolutely brilliant for us. He gets past the defender. Can he try the shot once again? He doesn't. He tries to find Peters, who goes for the shot himself. But it's straight at Schulte, the QPR goalkeeper. Mundle gets past one of the QPR players, and he's on absolute fire today, Mundle. Romain Mundle. He tries the shot once again. He tries the shot. He goes for it. And he scored a brace after just 20 minutes. And he sent Everton into a dream first half here at Loftus Road. And QPR just gives us the ball here, and it's been a nightmare start for them. We can now score 3 goals after just 22 minutes, and we do so. And this time it's Eddie Nketiah, and that is all but game done after just 23 minutes, and it looks like Everton will pick up all 3 points. We lose the ball here. Kellman for QPR. What can he try to do? He finds Madsen. It's a good shot by Madsen, and we have kind of let QPR back into the game. And this is just a very unnecessary goal to concede here against QPR. We had all control, but we give the ball away just under no pressure at all. Garner, he finds Greco here to Mundle. And Mundle has already caused QPR a lot of problems. He tries once again, but he tries to go past one too many. Kelman tries to find the winger here, who is Whale. Whale against Mailer, and that is well done by our left back. Mundle to Nketiah, to Peters. Mundle makes the run down the left. He finds Nketiah in the middle. Eddie Nketiah, can he make it 4? He do so. Mundle with the assist. Nketiah with the goal. And Peters is also heavily involved in the build-up play. 3 of our summer signings combined perfectly right there. And we are once again in a very safe spot here against QPR. Look at this play. Peters to Mundle to Nketiah. Nketiah makes no mistakes from around 6 yards away from the goal. Peters, can he get past the defender? He do so. Can we make it 5 here? Peters tries the shot, but it's outside of the goal. And it's all Everton in this game. It's a good ball by Peters to Pausans, and he shoots and he scores. And Everton are leading 5-1 away from home. QPR are getting humiliated at their own ground. Sato, QPR are looking to find another goal here. Sato to Kelman, and it's a penalty, and it's a foul. I don't know who made the foul, if it's Bas or Binks or whoever it was. I do think it was Bas, our Dutch centre back, and it's a penalty for QPR. And can they score? Pickford goes the right way, but Madsen scores his second goal of the day actually. And we got one last chance here at Loftus Road against QPR. Can we make it 6-2? Pausans to our DM, and it's a shot, it's blocked. James Garner tries the rebound. He tries the rebound, but Schulte saves it. That is game over at Loftus Road. Everton 5, QPR 2. And that victory sees us now on 27 points. Yes, we're still behind Plymouth, but the gap to 7th is now up to 6 points, which is nice, as we all, of course, want to get promoted. If that's with promotion playoffs or not. Ideally not, of course. But if we have to go through the promotion playoffs, I will take that as well. So let's just focus on finish inside the top 6 to start off with. Next game is Hull City at home, and the game ends 2-2. Watford away from home at Vicarage Road ends with a 2-0 win. Another away game, and this time it's against Blackburn, and it's a 0-0 draw. West Brom up next, and the game ends with a 0-1 defeat. Bolton away from home are our next opponents, and it's new points dropped. A big game against Leicester at Goodison Park ends with a big 2-1 win. After 19 games, we have dropped a couple of places down the table. However, we are just 2 points behind the first place Leicester, so we are definitely still in the mix to win title and fight for automatic promotion. We have had some unnecessarily points dropped, such as the Bolton draw, Blackburn draw. As we can look at the month of November, we only won 1 game, which is a shame, but there are enough games to win in this league. We are still at it. We of course just need to keep on going, and let's start off with a win against Luton. Hopefully it's an away game, and we can see Meyer is suspended, so we have to put in our backup left back Garcia. But this is the team that will go to Luton and Kenilworth Road. Hopefully we will leave there with 3 points. Luton are playing some good football here. Morris finds I couldn't see the name because the grass is way too light. Morris to Nuros, but Binks stops him. Mundle goes down the left hand side once again. He finds Peters in the middle. Peters drifts with the ball. Mundle makes the run. Mundle gets the ball. Mundle shoots, and of course he doesn't score. I thought he would score. And Nketiah, can you get it? You cannot. I thought that was 1-0 to Everton, but a good save by our former goalkeeper Schmidt. And now Nuros here can make the run. Can he create something? He tries the long range shot, and Pickford is forced to make a solid save. Robinson to Peters. Peters finds Mundle, and now we can go on the counter attack. Mundle, who makes the run, and Nketiah makes the run. It's a beautiful pass by Mundle, and surely this should be 1-0 to Everton. Eddie Nketiah shoots, and he misses the target completely. And the fact we are yet to score is absolutely insane. Mundle to Peters. Peters, this time he finds Nketiah, and surely this time it should be 1-0. This time Eddie Nketiah finds the back of the net, and Everton are leading away to Luton. And Pansu finds Hasiuka. What can the Japanese fullback do? He runs down with it. You can't stop him. He finds Lasse Nordås, but a good pace, good save by Jordan Pickford. And Pansu finds Morris, who tries to find Nordås at the top, but Binks reads it. And now let's go on the counter-attack once again. It's one of our best strengths in this Everton team. Peters to Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah. He goes for a fake shot. He gets past the defender. He tries the shot, and it's a brace for Eddie Nketiah, and he has doubled Everton's lead against Luton, and that is a perfect counter-attack by Everton. Score to Nordås, the Norwegian duo combining well here. What can Nordås do? He looks for Morris. Morris tries the long-range shot, and another alright save by Pickford. Not the most difficult of saves to make, but at least he makes them. Pausant down the right, looks for Nketiah in the middle. Can Nketiah win it? He doesn't. Mengi does, but we can keep the pressure on. Peters, Nketiah, he goes for his hat-trick, but he hits the shot wide of the goal. And that sees Everton pick up all 3 points against Luton. Another big win for us away from home, and let's keep on pushing. And that win against Luton sees us climb up to second place, just 1 point behind Sheffield United. And now we got a big game against Sheffield United, and unfortunately we lose 3-1. Preston North End is up next, and we win 3-1 this time. Can we get back-to-back wins? Next up is Millwall, and we win 2-0. Norwich away from home is always a difficult game, and it's a 1-1 draw. Sunderland at home this time. We of course won away from home, but it's a draw at Goodison Park. The last game of the calendar year is at home against Bolton, and once again we drop points against them. So after 26 league games, we are finding ourselves 4th place, which, yeah, we are in the mix. However, we are now 6 points behind Sheffield United, and it's a real shame because we have had some decent spells, but a couple of bad spells have completely ruined the dominance we have had, really. If we had just kept the point drops to the better teams and not to like Bolton, for example, who are finding themselves 23rd place. We have lost 4 points to Bolton this season, and if we wouldn't have done that, we would have easily been 2nd place. But that's the championship. That's the beauty of championship. We all know how difficult it will be. The Carabao Cup, of course, we went out in the first possible round to Carlisle United. We lost on penalties, unfortunately. The FA Cup is yet to start. I don't know. Yes, we have got our opponents. We will take on Reading there. But yeah, the championship is where the focus is. We want to get promoted. If that's directly or automatic promotion or we are the playoffs, it doesn't really matter too much, although it would be nice to go for the automatic spot. And now some of our players have grown very nicely here. Bas is up to 80, Robinson has gone up a couple of ratings, same with Sands. Peters is now up to 77, he has gone up 3 ratings already, so he has had a very good season. Mundell up to 79, and Nketiah has gone up a rating to 78 as well. Our depth on the bench is looking pretty alright as well, with Ireog Bunam, who has gone up to 80. We have Rodriguez with 78, Garcia 77, we have Fisher and Okoronkwo here, who are also both alright squad players in the championship. But let's take a look at the stats. Mendel is continuing his fine form here at Everton. He's now got 18 goals and 4 assists in 28 appearances. Pausans has also stepped up his game, 10 goals, 7 assists from him. And Nketiah 17 games, so he isn't getting too much of game time, but 8 goals and 2 assists. Jules Peters, 4 goals, 6 assists from the young Belgian attacking midfielder. And Fisher here has scored 3 goals in 10 games. And apart from that, no one has had a spectacular season. But I'm very happy with the signings we made, such as Mundell, Peters, and Nketiah has been alright as well. And I also think, who was the centre-back signing? Yeah, Louis Binks and Bas have formed a solid partnership at the back. But that's it for this episode of the Journeyman Career Mode. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I hope you think it was an exciting move to drop down to the Championship from Celtic and try to rebuild Everton into a stable Premier League team again. I hope that was a good choice by me. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, you know what to do. And I will talk to you guys next time.